G'day, today we're continuing on looking at the levels that I haven't yet finished in Railbound. Alright, so got a few hints. Thank you, Mick, for the hints. So let's have a look at what ones we've already looked at again to see if we can crack the code on this. So, hint for this one is send one on the shortest route possible with two passing in the opposite direction. Alright, so shortest route possible would be that for one. About this. Just play that out. So that works for one. There's a train up here, I guess we just can't see him. So for three, so that would work in that one would go that way, two would come and loop that way, but then we would need three to get in here somewhere. What happens if we do that? I mean, three and one are going to be using the exact same path, so they're just going to collide. But we've got one and two operating in a way that they work together. We've got four squares that we can use for this guy. Assume that's too soon. Yep. And anywhere closer for these two, like if we were to shift those two down one, they're going to collide into each other. We already know that doesn't work. But also send one off in the wrong direction even if you got past it. That's basically, I think, what we need for that section. Just him looping. One square short for. I don't think that there's any way to have these two. I think the way that I had these guys laying out sort of worked. Not that it sort of worked, it did work. That's not how it was. The opposite, right? So it's. If we say did this. Three would definitely get to where it needs to be at the right sort of speed. Doesn't work because two's then in the way. Alright, so getting rid of all of that, let's think about what we could do. So we have. If we had three facing the wrong way from the jump, it would just loop in that scenario. In this scenario, two would go up behind it, but it would mean that three would get out earlier than it did, which we don't want. If we built that, I mean, if we built that, I assume they're just going to collide into each other like that. So, doesn't work. It's that one more square. Where am I finding this one more square? Oh, I can't see it. That way ends up with 3. Front. No, alright. Still clueless on that one. 7A, A square for 1 and 2, and S for 3. A square for 1 and 2, and S for 3. A square for 1 and 2, and S for 3. That makes sense of what that means. I look at this. Is that, I would call that an A square, or if I was guessing what an A square was, as opposed to an S, but no. That means nothing to me. So we won't hang around on that one. 6. 6-3A, all trains go straight ahead. The buttons, you can work out the rest from there. Alright, so if we assume that all 3 go straight ahead to the buttons. Alright, let's play it out. All 3 go straight ahead to the buttons. That means that this guy goes straight there. This is a connection there. That... Alright, so then have 1 go out that way. Just throwing that in there as a continuation of what happens. Cool. Alright, thank you. Alright, so that's 1 sorted. Who's going to go this way? Basically, I find if the other one's anything to go by, it's just that we keep sort of building this pattern until we have something click. Got 1 left though. Something in this layout's wrong. What about that? Lovely. That's a nice way of working those out, just sort of throwing them at it. Alright, so 6-4C to start, have 2 and 3 go straight ahead, with 1 following initially. 1 following initially. One following 2 initially, sorry. Alright, so if we've got that as our initial setup, 1's out there, so 3's ahead. Sends 2 the wrong way. They collide. So at this point here, how would we have... Potentially if we got rid of that, instead of loop that, what happens? They collide. Where's the connection that 2 needs? At this point, 3's going to get out, and 2's not. There's nothing we can really... Well, I suppose what we could do is this. Then all we need is 3 to figure out its own way to escape. Which you should here. Yeah. Cool. Alright, thank you for that one. Alright, so I didn't get to these ones last time, so this is all to have a new look at. Okay. So, they're both... That one's facing the right way, this one's facing the wrong way. Did I have a look at this one? I don't remember. But that's wrong for him. Like, you couldn't just have one go hit this and then get through. You would hit that on the wrong direction. Now, if he comes through here, he's going to hit that turned. So he's going to go that way. But that's now going to be facing the wrong direction. Because of this guy here, we can't just sort of get him to run up on that. So that feels... Oh no, he could go that way. And he can't hit that like that. He would have to go... Oh, that doesn't seem right. Let's just see what one does in this play out. One flicks that, he turns that the right way. That's now he's stuck in a loop. Okay. I mean, this way he's going to end up going the other direction, which is also going to sink him. Which would mean that at that point he needs to be corrected like that. Which almost feels like it's an infinite loop because he's going to constantly turn around and be going the opposite direction to the way that this is sitting. So basically he needs his buddy 2 in there doing the opposite of that. But that layout doesn't work anyway because 2's not even part of it. So how do you have these in play at all? That doesn't work because he can't make that turn. But that does make it seem like we want 2 in front. Nothing about that layout works because one can't just join. Guy really does sort of throw a spanner in the works. I mean, that doesn't work anyway because he'll turn back that way. Excuse me. No, that's not hang around on that one. I can't figure that out. Yeah, so 2 has to visit both, and 1 doesn't have to visit anything. 1's going to open this immediately for 2. 2's going to come down here. That should be it. It doesn't... Right, okay, so then 1 just has to do a loop first. Right, he hit that a second too late. Who did? No, he did. He hit that. So we've got an incorrect amount of... button presses. We have more... He's got 4 more. The question would be, can this be designed in a way that presses 1 less? I mean, I don't see how you could use these and either set up and have 2 still hit his What happens there? Oh, we gotta fix that first. And I could already see that there was an impending problem we were about to face this second. Oh no, it's just gonna be... Let's try that, but on this side. Ah. Seems like it's something like this, but... we flip it the opposite way. It just means I won't use it, right? Or I just did this, so I quickly find out where this is a problem. Right there. Now there's nothing that says that 2 has to be used again, right? Like, I don't have to ever go up this route. Let's just do this for a second. Right, in that case, that's where it does need to be used. So, what if we turn him that way? No. I've already had this. Yeah, it's the one where it always just ends up them running into each other. I'm still an extra square as well, so it's almost like they still aren't seeing this as the desired intention. That's everything used. Okay, so impossible, impossible. Nothing like that can be the right layout. Back where we started. What if we turn that the opposite direction? What way was it facing before? That way? Yeah, that's going to have, obviously, an immediate problem. I'm pretty sure this is how we originally started. And our problem is that there's a miscount of... No? Yes. Miscount there. Nothing... There doesn't seem to be any available room at any point to, like... sort of turn anyone in a circle. Something like that is just going to get them permanently stuck in a loop. That won't work because 2 will never get to visit his second. Does actually get him out though. And again, I'm certain I've already tried this. Yeah. Oh, just no one ever uses that. Is the thing. That one. We could do that. What if he cuts that corner short? Does that change something to do with the It's just basically the amount of times that they have to press that button. That doesn't work because then 2 never gets past. It's something to do with where 1 goes. Say in this scenario... And again, I've already played that scenario out several times too. Alright, say no one should ever be able to hit that on a straight. What happens? They collide. Only just. There was a way to sort of slow down 2 by like 1 extra square. There we go. We got there. Alright, so that's only left us with 6-9 on that one. Jump over to the 7-5. See what we missed out on here. Obviously things I've already had a go with. What are they? Is it just that they can appear in any order? I don't remember this at all. Talk to me about show me a level I successfully finished. What does this going right actually look like? So he's not connecting. Is that it? It's just that we need the train to get through. And that guy doesn't matter. Okay. So if we look at... Was that the one I'm actually doing? 7-5. So if we look at this one and the objective is what? He has to get through and no one else does. Thank you for that suggestion too, Mick. So we need someone to hit that. We want him to cycle through hitting it over and over. So it sounds... So in this scenario, does it not matter if these guys just clunk out? So, for example, if we did this as a layout, right? Something still seems like it's waiting at that point, right? Like it's... I don't fully understand why the game's not over. I really don't remember this this game style though. Got 10. So let's think about where this wants us to be. Okay, so that doesn't work. Getting to this guy is a no because we collide with someone. That one doesn't seem like it would work. I mean, really this guy doesn't need to even do anything. He can just hit the wall and then he's done. With the exception of that second guy coming up. So if that to me says that this guy has to hit that twice and then be done. So that out doesn't work for him either. What if we go... How can I make him connect there? Or is it just that they've actually got to be to an existing connection? So we've already ruled out this one. And what we can do is we can mess with the timing of this a little bit more. So say if we went back and looked at this, one, two, three. So we would kind of need him to have a lead of 3 on. He kind of wants to be right behind the guy in front of him. So if we go, what about that way? Sort of. That's... How's the timing work there? No? Still hitting it before... Well, in theory we can... No, because we don't want him jumping out behind another guy. Basically need him to escape. Be the front runner for the escape point. Talk to me about that. Doesn't work. He's hitting the wrong one. There's 4 escape points. I could be also reading this entirely wrong. Let's, for the argument's sake, assume that this is the point I need him to get out. So that's the out route for this guy. Right again. That's sort of out route for this guy. So what that means is that it means the other 3 guys have to have hit their fail points. We want the gap, as you can see where these guys are, is here, is where we need this guy to slot into. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 would be basically the requirement there. What happens if he does that? That guy goes out on the wrong point. Still got 4. What if we do that? Close. If we do that. So, proud of that one. Alright. 7-7C. Whoa. Looks like I'd made myself a nice confusing little mess for this one. Do I dare watch it? No. Okay. Every guy's got a tunnel behind him. Every one of these that gets touched is going to send something in a different direction. So, any purpose to this guy? Maybe. Potentially this guy's use could be that he's in the way, and we could have, say, 2 run that way. But 2's problem would then be that he'd go through green. However, that again might not be a problem if one's getting out that way, which is not there. Okay, no way to get 3 to go one way while one's going another. Let's just do that for a second. One's off and running. In that layout. It's gone the wrong way. Again, just adding little chips of things here just to see what happens. So 3 ends up in the right spot with that. Nothing really we can do with this guy from that layout. That's not going to do anything because that just makes him dodge something that's not his problem. No one's currently using his tunnel. Or read anything into that. Too quick. And 3 goes the wrong way. 3 then hits that. So let's assume, well, let's, for argument's sake, say that we don't want anyone to use the green tunnel. What if our fix is that we don't escape through the green tunnel? So 2's problem at the moment is you're going too fast. No, I want you to go that way and that way. Doesn't work for him. Again, I feel like this guy wouldn't be here unless we did need him for something. I just don't feel like anyone should be going that way. Let's just attach it. That can't be right for him because And that can't be right either, because he'll just crash into this guy. And also, he gets out scot-clean that route. But there's nowhere else I've got in this setup that he would be able to connect to. Everywhere else has got sort of a double join. He would have to just join like by running straight in, which would mean that there's no way that he can run straight in. If that's the case, it means this guy can't run straight in, because they're just going to run into each other, right? No? That was shockingly well done. With the exception of this guy. It's nothing that he's hitting, though. He's just going through and hitting this one join that isn't being swapped for him. Which I can't do because 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, they're going to hit each other right in the middle of this. Painfully close, though. Feels. Could also be excruciatingly far away. Without his contribution, though, it completely falls apart. So, I mean, it would essentially be that this guy would have to fall and to be moved, but then into a pattern where he's never going to get in the way. That he's just in a continuous cycle of hitting the wrong thing. You just join everyone like this to start with. That's not looking good. And he's just kicking field goals. What if we do that? It's just absolute nonsense. There's nothing but trial and error here. Nah, no idea. No idea on that one. 7 still remains unfinished. We must bonus levels at the end here. Jiminy. Alright. That's not going to work. So for that to work, 2 would then have to somehow sneak on the back of one's route, followed by the other 2. Boy, oh boy. Let's get rid of that then, and is that a cleaner way of doing that? Now, I can't see this in my head at all. Definitely can't go that way because 3 would collapse into him. So, alright, let's go the long way around. That we assume that 1 can't do that because then 2 is just flat in front of him. And there's nothing that it could stop 2 from sort of crashing into him. That guy there really does stop him from... Now that would only work again if I could get 4 to like flip out of that route. But again, that because of that stump, oh, and because there's not enough room here, he would just hit 2. Nah, I'm gonna give it a quick give up on that one. I want to see what this is. I don't even remember what these are. These just as many tracks as you want ones? These new levels? I don't recall these. What we'd want to do there, get 2 to connect in there. 3 go like that, 4 go like that. We need these guys to come in here, so... Not sure if 3 and 4 are oh. Just have to extend these guys out a little bit, which we can easily do there. Still not enough. No reason that 2 and 1 have to be part of the same layout to get there, though. We say sent 2 up like that. What's that? There we go, at least we finished something in the end there. Alright, well that's us for time again. So these ones we haven't looked at. I'd say those ones are going to be pretty easy. So I've got the 8s, that 1-7, that 1-6 to break into those other ones, and these two, a bunch here. So there's still plenty to go. Those first 3 worlds are all done and dusted. It's just a few more in the 4s, 5s, a couple of 6s, 1-7, and a lot of 8 that I still... 8s definitely are beating me at the moment. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later.